So in today's video we're playing on the iPhone 13. I've got it in medium settings, capped at 60 FPS. It's not looking good. I'd already played some multiplayer matches and I can tell you that it was like dropping to 20 FPS. It was terrible. Even worse than probably my XR and the 12. The heat is really bad, and this is without updating to 17.5 iOS, so I thought the problems were there. So this confirms that for the last week or week and a half this game has been left in an absolute broken mess, and I'm not going crazy, because the last time I played on the iPhone 13 it was smooth as butter, and I've not played since then, so it's a fair test. In this game you will see in the next gunfight my frames just drop. You won't see it visually because you just don't, but my frames drop in, not here, and I'll show you when. My aim just goes crazy and I can't control, you can't move it, and when it does move it will like overcompensate. You'll see. Like, I haven't got a bad aim, but watch this. Like, I can't control it. It all freezes, but you're not going to see that on a camera because then you just don't see them fluctuations in frames when recording, but you feel it. But back to the review in hand, like I say, the heat is really bad. When I was playing on the Verdansk map and while playing on Rebirth, there is definite desync in the input latency. It doesn't feel right. There's like the slightest delay, and it's really off-putting. It's almost like your sensitivity just feels off, and it's a hard thing to describe. It feels like you're not in control of what you're trying to do, although at moments it feels smooth. But there's this clunkiness that wasn't there before, and like I say, when the frames drop really bad, it then becomes like impossible to aim. I've got a pretty decent aim, and I'm honest enough to be like, nah, my aim was really shocking there, and whatnot. But when it drops, and it's always in like key gunfights, when it drops, it's horrible. Like you can actually visibly see the frames drop in there. It's really bad. I've played enough games for this to optimize, and you know, it's definitely something went broken in the game, and they've refused to fix it because they'd rather just wait for the season 4 update. And it's kind of mad when you think about it. When this game came out, like when they spoke about producing this game, the iPhone 13 at the time was the most current phone, and this is when the first rumours of it came out. Obviously the iPhone 13 came out in 2021. 2022 is when they officially announced that they were going to start development on the game. So the iPhone 14 came out at the back end of 2022, I believe, or it might have been later, don't quote me on that. I'm assuming it usually get a phone come out every year. 2021 was definitely the iPhone 13. So when they were making this game, there was only like the iPhone 13 and 14 that existed. The iPhone 15 didn't even exist. So when you think of it in that sort of sense, how is it that this game is so poorly optimized when an iPhone 13, while they were creating it, was considered a high-end device, and it's a powerful chip? Like, these iPhones have really powerful chips. How are you not utilizing that? Like, it baffles me that I can play a 6v6 multiplayer map and I'm literally going down to 20 FPS, and it's like, it's embarrassingly bad. Like, my XR plays better than my iPhone 13. How does that work? There's a 3-year gap in them phones, and like the advancement in chip technology is massive. Like here, the frames drop and I can barely control that whoever's build that is, it's not a nice build, but I could barely control. I was trying really hard to pull my aim and it just wouldn't. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, so when this was in development, like the iPhone 13 was like at the top end now it's a mid-end device, but it's actually shocking how bad it is. Obviously, I'm still able to play pretty well. I only get 8 kills. We don't even really leave this area, and we're just fighting the same people. They're all real people, and they were getting shit on hard. But the fact that you're dropping frames and it's just overheating the phone to the point that I got a warning saying your phone's overheating, suspending charging, blah blah blah. Like, how is this happening 2 months in on a decent phone? Like, on an iPhone XR you expect it, on an iPhone 13 it's like, come the fuck on, this is bad. I thought it was the iOS update that ruined it, because my iPhone 12 and XR both felt smooth for last Friday, the Friday before last Friday, and yeah, it's all gone to shit, and I'm glad that I tried on the iPhone 13 because it's gone to shit on that as well. So it's definitely not the iOS update, it's just their game is a broken mess and they've just left it, and oh, it's alright, we'll update the game in 3 weeks when we release our new season. I really don't have much confidence in this update. Like, will it make things better? Yeah, but I think there's something fundamentally broken in this game. I don't know if it's the way it caches data or that it's caching the shaders, but something isn't right. Something is not right, because bear in mind I played the beta for a good 2-3 months on an iPhone 12 and it played better than it does on launch, and that is what really, like, I struggle to understand. How you can release a game and you've optimized it for 2 months and it still plays worse than it did in the beta like a good year ago now. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, peace out, much love, catch you in the next one.